There comes a point in every father's life when he has to accept one of his greatest responsibilities, pushing his suppressed love of dinosaurs onto his child. You can teach them manners, resilience, right from wrong, all that garbage, but at some point somebody has to explain that with nearly 5 tons of bite force, the Tyrannosaurus Rex is infinitely cooler than his boring smelly grandparents. As a father, this is not just an obligation, it is a glorious purpose, 65 million years in the making. It's also a convenient excuse for a fully grown man to continue surrounding himself with dinosaurs and not having to explain it. And in 1993, thanks to a Mr. Spielberg, this became so much easier. Welcome to Korojo Builds. Okay, that's going to have to do. Copyright's going to be a nightmare on this one. Okay, so yeah, a couple of years ago I built my first diorama / playerama for my young lad, who was 3 at the time and a big dino fan. This was early days for me, so I didn't do any measuring. I just started chopping up foam and was trying to create the shape of the concrete slabs where the fence comes out for the T-Rex paddock, which is obviously what I'm building. My Proxon was brand new, and as you can see, I had it set too high. So I started off with one of these big slabs of XPS. It's 1200mm by 600mm, and I'm using that size because I'm lazy and that's the size it actually gets delivered at. As you can see, I double it up by adding a ridge of offcuts from another piece all around the edge, which enables me to double the height and leave some space underneath for any electronics I may choose to add. Also making it stable for my lad to lean on. Eventually we will carve it. I didn't do it quite in that order. And added the blocks. Also added some foam structures at the back, and these are to help lift the fake artificial plants that are going to go in to get some height on there. So dab of paint, acrylic paint, foam safe obviously. And then the rails were done with balsa wood slats, later to be changed for curtain rails, which I still want to change for 3D printed, kind of more screen accurate rails. And then obviously your Amazon plastic faux plants. What's that you got behind you? What's that?
From my T-Rex Paddock.
Are you loving it so far?
Yeah.
And as you can see, the lad's already loving it, and we've got some flashy lights. Then went on to do the fence, which I made oversized. I'm actually using cable conduit tidies from Wix or wherever, Home Depot kind of thing you've got, and they are too thick. We're obviously scaling to Mattel's figures here. The fence posts are pretty chunky that I use, but again it's because I knew a 3-year-old would be grabbing them and handling them. Plus they have to house all these electronics, which I worked out by trial and error. And if people are interested, I'll provide a link to all the bits, but right now I haven't done that. Maybe I'll create a PDF or something. You know, PDFs, the future. To be honest, the electronics were a pain in the arse. I couldn't find something that pulsed at the right speed that I wanted. I couldn't really find a blue light that I liked the colour of, still haven't. But eventually we got there. So all of that lives underneath in that pre-mentioned area. And here I am. Oh, hello ladies. How am I married? There really is someone out there for everyone. Never give up hope. And this is a fire hazard. I mean, it's now safe, but true story, I did have a problem. We'll go into that in a minute. But this control panel is the bit I was the most happy with. I wish I had the process of me building it, but I didn't know I was going to be doing YouTube videos. So, however, let's flip it over and do a quick bad animation. The buttons are here. This is a big power bank, which lasts for a long time, but it needs to be stepped down there. This is the pulse speed timer for the lights, which go into the posts there, there, and there. This is a sound module, which is in fact the second one because I fried the first, hence the step down. These hidden buttons play additional movie sound, and all the sound plays through these little old external speakers. But I also included a jack, so you can fire the sound off to home cinema or wherever you like. As you can see, I was making quite a mess, and so I'll ask the question again. How am I married? My wife had to live with this war zone for maybe a month while I was building this. I'd love to say it was faster. I'm quicker now, but this was a new venture for me. I've done building and some props before, but this was something a bit different. Anyway, you could see what I did to the house. You don't see this shit on Boyle Hobby Time. Let's move on. Let's see if it's all worth it. Oh yeah, there's the face. That makes it all worth it.
Cool.
Nearly. It was a lot of tidying up. Obviously, this is for the Mattel range of Jurassic Park toys, 1/18 scale. I wanted to tweak the cars, give them a little bit of extra paint. And then the inevitable shopping.
Hold on to your butts.
Mattel released the Hammond collection and several Comic-Con exclusives.
You didn't say the magic word.
But keeping the boy happy, and that's what it's all about. And my son too, he was absolutely loving it. And with all the electronic synced and working, I was done using some spare galvanized wire to make some broken fence pieces which you can just slide in, slide out, so you can have power on and power off mode. Now, I know what you're all thinking.
Where's the goat?
So I actually had hell looking for a goat the right scale until I found this Schleich guy and butchered it.
What's the matter, kid? You never had lamb chops?
Then, not being somebody who knows where to stop, I converted my office into a Jurassic Park room. What's that? You don't have a Jurassic Park room? Sort it out. So my toys meant so much to me as a kid. They were conduits to other worlds. That kind of play is easy to dismiss once you're older, but it can still exist. It just changes shape. Toys become collections, games become hobbies. Your connection to those worlds becomes shelves full of crap that probably make absolutely no sense to anyone else. That's part of what something like Jurassic Park has always done so well. Yeah, it's mostly just dinosaurs going mental, but underneath that, it's wonder. In '93, I went through those gates and a little piece of me stayed there. That's why fandom can last a lifetime. It isn't about refusing to grow up. It's almost the opposite. You grow up around these things. They accumulate meaning. And if you're really lucky, you get to pass some of that meaning on. Now, my boy loves Jurassic Park, and that's great, but he doesn't need to adopt my obsessions. He has my blessing to have his own. To play, to make things, to love things properly. But to have got to pass through those gates again, together, well, that means everything. And I'm sure he will continue to love his Jurassic adventure, as I have, for years and years to come. You love your Paddock, dude.
I think I prefer Star Wars.
Ungrateful prick.
You will never find
What a mess.
a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.